Okay, they can already see us.
Αγγελέ, να ρωτήσουμε πόσο θα εμφανίσουμε ή είναι προηγούμενο.
Φουλάδι.
Ναι.
Καλώς ήρθατε στη συνέντευξη τύπου που διοργανώνει το δίκτυο Rise Up for Rojava Θεσσαλονίκης, προκειμένου να καλωσορίσει το Καραβάνι για την υπεράσπιση της ανθρωπότητας. Η αυτόνομη διοίκηση της Βόρειας και Ανατολικής Συρίας, γνωστή σε όλους μας ως Ροζάβα, δέχεται σήμερα την πιο επικίνδυνη επίθεση στα 14 της χρόνια. Η φλόγα που άναψε στη Μέση Ανατολή, μέσα στο σκοτάδι και στον πόλεμο, η φλόγα που έδωσε ελπίδα σε εκατομμύρια ανθρώπους, σε όλο τον πλανήτη, τώρα απειλείται. Απέναντί της έχει άμεσα τους τζιχαντιστές του Τζολάνι, που αυτοαποκαλούνται πια μεταβατική κυβέρνηση της Συρίας, και τους ελεγχόμενους από την Τουρκία τζιχαντιστές του Εθνικού Συριακού Στρατού, SNA. Στην πραγματικότητα όμως, απέναντί της, έχει τις υπεριαλιστικές δυνάμεις που ξανασχεδιάζουν τη Μέση Ανατολή σύμφωνα με τα δικά τους συμφέροντα. Και για να το κάνουν αυτό, δεν διστάσουν να μετονομάζουν τους μέχρι χθες τζιχαντιστές του ίσις, όπως άλλωστε και τον ίδιο τον Τζολάνι, σε μεταβατική κυβέρνηση, να άρουν το χαρακτηρισμό τους ως τρομοκρατικές οργανώσεις και να τους υποδεχθούν στα μεγάλα σαλόνια της Δύσης. Η επίθεση ξεκίνησε σε 2 κουρδικές γειτονιές του Χαλεπίου, στις 6 Ιανουαρίου. Παρά τη συμφωνία του ελεύθερου Συριακού στρατού, που όλοι γνωρίζουμε με το όνομα SDF, να υποχωρήσει προς τα εδάφη της αυτόνομης διοίκησης της βορειοανατολικής Συρίας, η επίθεση συνεχίστηκε και πλέον στόχευσε τα δυτικά εδάφη της αυτόνομης διοίκησης. Σήμερα, οι SDF έχουν πλέον υποχωρήσει από τις περιοχές της Ράκας και του Τερεζόρ, οι οποίες είναι πλέον υπό τον έλεγχο των τζιχαντιστών, υπό τη μεταβατική κυβέρνηση του Τζολάνι. Τώρα, η επίθεση έχει πια φτάσει στην πόρτα του Κομπάνι και του Χεσεκέ. Το Κομπάνι, η πόλη σύμβολο που το 2014 σταμάτησε τον ίσις και άλλαξε την πορεία του πολέμου, βρίσκεται ξανά υπό πολιορκία, με το νερό, τον ηλεκτρισμό και το ίντερνετ να έχουν κοπεί από τους τζιχαντιστές υπό συνθήκες ακραίου ψύχους. Γύρω του βρίσκονται οι ίδιες σκοταδιστικές δυνάμεις, με διαφορετικές στολές, αλλά τις ίδιες προθέσεις. Δεν είναι άλλωστε τυχαίο ότι το πρώτο μέλισμα των τζιχαντιστών ήταν να επιτεθούν στις φυλακές που κρατούνταν οι μαχητές του ίσις και να προσπαθήσουν να τους απελευθερώσουν. Στις 18 Ιανουαρίου, η αυτόνομη διοίκηση κήρυξε κατάσταση εκτάκτου ανάγκης και γενική επιστράτευση. Μίλησε ξεκάθαρα. Πρόκειται για έναν υπαρξιακό πόλεμο. Κάλεσε κάθε πολίτη να υπερασπιστεί τη ζωή, την αξιοπρέπεια και την ελευθερία. Από την πρώτη μέρα, χιλιάδες αγωνιστές, αλληλέγγυοι, ακτιβιστές και δημοκρατικοί άνθρωποι στάθηκαν στο πλευρό της Ροζάβα. Το Rise Up for Rojava Θεσσαλονίκης δεν είναι παρά μόνο μία ψηφίδα σε ένα τεράστιο ψηφιδωτό του παγκόσμιου κινήματος αλληλεγγύης. Χιλιάδες άνθρωποι στήριξαν τις πρωτοβουλίες κατά τόπους είτε του Rise Up for Rojava ή των Women Defend Kurdistan, οργανώσεων, συλλογικοτήτων, βγήκαν στους δρόμους, πήραν πρωτοβουλίες, οργάνωσαν δράσεις. Μία από αυτές τις πρωτοβουλίες είναι και το Καραβάνι για την υπεράσπιση της ανθρωπότητας, που μόλις πριν από λίγο έφτασε στην πόλη μας. Οι λαοί της Ροζάβα, Κούρδοι, Άραβες, Ασσύριοι, Τουρκμένοι, Αλεβίτες και άλλοι, δόμησαν ένα μοντέλο κοινωνικής οργάνωσης που η έμφυλη, εθνοτική και οικονομική ισότητα και οι ελευθερίες διασφαλίζονται από την άμεση συμμετοχή της κοινωνικής βάσης, χτίζοντας μαζί ένα μέλλον ειρήνης και ελπίδας. Αυτό το παράδειγμα είναι διατεθειμένοι και διατεθειμένες να υπερασπιστούν με την ίδια τους τη ζωή οι μαχήτρες και οι μαχητές του ΓΠΓ, ΓΠΤΖ και SDF, αλλά και οι διεθνιστές και διεθνίστριες που καταφθάνουν στη Ροζάβα από όλο τον κόσμο για να υπερασπιστούν την ελπίδα που αυτή αντιπροσωπεύει. Αυτό το παράδειγμα υπερασπίζονται όλες και όλοι όσοι βγαίνουν στους δρόμους σε όλα τα πλάτη και μήκη του πλανήτη. Και φυσικά αυτό το παράδειγμα υπερασπίζονται και οι συμμετέχοντες στο Καραβάνι για την υπεράσπιση της ανθρωπότητας, το οποίο κινήθηκε ήδη μέσα από πολλές χώρες με το κύριο σύνθημα «Σπάμε τα σύνορα και υπερασπιζόμαστε τη Ροζάβα». Στη συνέχεια θα κάνω την παρουσίαση και στα αγγλικά, καθώς η συνέντευξη τύπου μεταδίδεται και στην κουρδική τηλεόραση, προκειμένου να μπορεί να είναι κατανοητή και από τους συναγωνιστές εκεί. Welcome to the press conference of Rise Up for Rojava Thessaloniki, in order for us to receive to our city the Caravan for Defense of Humanity. The autonomous administration of North and East Syria, the one that we all know as Rojava, is currently facing the most dangerous attack in its 40 years history. The flame that was lit in the Middle East, amid darkness and war, a flame that gives hope to millions of people around the world, is now threatened. Facing it are directly the jihadists of Jolani, who self-proclaim themselves as the transitional government of Syria, and the Turkey-controlled jihadists of the Syrian National Army, SNA. In reality, however, the forces behind the attacks are the imperialist powers who are redesigning Middle East according to their own interest. And to do this, they are not hesitating to rename ISIS jihadists, including Jolani himself, as transitional government, removing the terrorist designation and welcoming them to the grand salons of the West. The attack started from two Kurdish neighborhoods in Aleppo. Despite the agreement of the Syrian Democratic Forces, SDF, to withdraw to the territories of the autonomous administration of North and East Syria, the attack continued, targeting now the western areas of the autonomous administration. Today, the SDF has withdrawn from the areas of Raqqa and Deir ez-Zor, which are now under the control of the jihadists under transitional government. The attack has now reached the gates of Kobani and Heseke. Kobani, the city symbol that stopped ISIS in 2014 and changed the route of the world, is under siege once again, with water, electricity and internet cut off by the jihadists in conditions of extreme cold. Surrounding it are the same dark forces, dressed in different uniforms, but with the same intentions. It is no coincidence that the first priority of the jihadist gangs was to attack the prisons where ISIS prisoners were held, with the aim of freeing them. On the 18th of January, the autonomous administrator declared a state of emergency and general mobilization. They spoke clearly. This is an existential war. They called on every citizen to defend life, dignity, and freedom. Since day one, thousands of people that are in solidarity, activists, and democratic people have stood by Rojava. The Rise Up for Rojava network in Thessaloniki is nothing but a small piece in the vast mosaic of the global solidarity movement. Thousands of people supported initiatives of local assemblies of Rise Up for Rojava, Women Defend Kurdistan organizations and collectives, taking to the streets, organizing actions, initiating campaigns. One of these initiatives is the Caravan for the Defense of Humanity, which has just arrived to our city. The peoples of Rojava, Kurds, Arabs, Assyrians, Turkmens, Alawites, and others, have built a model of social organization where gender, ethnic, and economic equality, as well as freedoms, are guaranteed through the direct participation of the social base, building together a future of peace and freedom. This paradigm is what the fighters of YPG, YPG, and SDF, as well as internationalists who arrive in Rojava from all over the world, are willing to defend with their own lives, for it represents hope. This is the paradigm defended by all those who have taken the streets across the world. And of course, this is a paradigm defended by the participants in the Caravan for Defense of Humanity, which has already moved through several countries with the main slogan, break the borders and defend Rojava. The floor is now theirs.
Hello. Yes, we are the People's Caravan to Defend Humanity, and we are very happy to now have reached Thessaloniki and have been welcomed so warmly by all of you. And thank you also for this first speech. We are right now facing a great attack on Rojava and the democratic project of North and East Syria. And because of this is also not like a usual press conference, and therefore I would invite everyone now to make a minute of silence to think, to remember everyone who's falling shaheed right now. Şehit namerim.
Şehit namerim, şehit namerim, şehit namerim, şehit namerim.
Yes, the friend already said a lot about the current situation Rojava and North and East Syria is facing. And we wanted to start this press conference by broadening also the current situation a little more, because we are seeing that the global crisis, the wars and massacres are everywhere increasing, that femicides and numbers of femicides are rising, that women are not safe nowhere in the world. We are seeing ecological crisis, and we are also seeing, especially in Europe, where most of the participants of the People's Caravan are from, facing a lot of hopelessness and the feeling of not being able to change anything in the world anymore. And the People's Caravan to Defend Humanity, it's a moment to also raise our voices from Europe and other countries and geographies. It's a moment to stop watching what is happening right now in Rojava and North and East Syria, what is happening right now to Kurds and all the women in the region. And this is also something we want to highlight once more, that this is a time right now where all the people in Europe also have to see what is going on and have to act also accordingly. And by this also we remember that today it's also not just any day, but it's actually the day Kobani was liberated. And we are also remembering this today especially, but of course in all the moments of our journey, all the discussions we already had on the way, to remember all those who fought for the liberation of Kobani, and the values also that were also part of this liberation, the values of the women's liberation, the values of basis democracy and of ecological change and movements. And I think this is very important, especially today, to remember that it was in Kobani and the area north and east Syria where ISIS once was defeated, and was also defeated not only for this region but for the whole world. And we are actually seeing right now the exact same attacks again, and it is our time again, our historical duty to move forward and to stop what is happening right now in Rojava and North and East Syria. And we decided today to include some of the perspectives that all are combined in the project of the People's Caravan to defend humanity. And we invited some of the people who joined the People's Caravan to speak up, to share why they decided to join and with what ambitions, what aims they came to join the People's Caravan. And I will start with one friend who will talk specifically about the perspective of the young woman.
Yes, a very warm welcome also from me, and a very powerful one. Right now, all over the world, there are wars going on, crisis going on, and every day we wake up and look at our phone, we see that a new crisis is happening. Right now, the year only has 26 days passed. In this year 2026, and 2 wars already broke out. Due to the preparation of war, militarization is rising. We feel it in our daily life, and that also the money that is needed for a good life is missing and going into war. Institutions are trying to push us into dependence in our daily living and in our thinking. But there's hope, and the youth is feeling it. We are taking the streets all over the world, raising our voice in our schools, universities, and at work. We rise up against interests of the capital market with an understanding that the power of states will never be in the interest of the youth nor the whole society. We show our hope through the light of resistance. One of those lights is Rojava, and especially Kobani, where the so-called ISIS got defeated by YPG and YPG. Young people full of hope, willing to give their life for a democratic socialist society, fought there 11 years ago and are fighting there today. There and all over the world, it is the young women who are leading resistance, with their clear conscience of the enemy that has to be fought, and also with the conscience of the enemy that has to be fought, and even more of a really clear picture of the life that we want to build. This will to build a new life and to stand up for a greater future unites all of us who are fighting for a free Kobani. It unites the youth all over the world, and the youth will never be defeated. Youth united for Rojava. Biji Berkhodana Rojava.
Biji Berkhodana Rojava. Biji Berkhodana Rojava. Biji Berkhodana Rojava. Biji Berkhodana Rojava.
Thank you very much. We will continue in this line as well and give space for the perspective of women and from Abiyayala.
Hello everybody, and thank you so much for the welcoming, and it's really nice for us every time that we get to a city and see how much people is waiting for us and being there with us. Everybody's part of the caravan and not only us. I'm joining the caravan as a woman, but I'm also joining the caravan as a woman from Latin America, Abiyayala, because we understand the struggle of the Kurdish people, the struggle of the people of the north and east area as our struggle. The wars that are going on, they are they are words that doesn't belong to us. The problems and the suffering of the people, there is something that we can understand, that we can see it in our territories too. And we don't gonna remain silent. We wanted to share that right now in all the cities of Latin America, there are protests, there are like solidarity demonstrations going on. We decided to rise up for Rojava. We decided to rise up for the to rise up for the people of the north and in Syria, and for the right of the self-determination of the people and freedom and democratic projects. The capital project of extractivism that sees our territories and our land just for profit doesn't represent us and doesn't respect our right to decide, our connection with the land. And as Latin American people from Abjayala, we understand that these logics are imposing for us, are imposing on us, are imposing from the capitalist system, and we will remain together with all our brothers and sisters, fighting until we manage to live in freedom and in peace again.
Thank you. We will continue with the perspective of the Kurds in the Middle East.
Dear comrades, I'm greeting you all and all the comrades fighting on the front lines of Rojava right now. The Middle East is a region of the deepest contradictions of religion, gender, and classes. In these times, the imperialists are preparing for a new imperialist war. The Middle East is central in these developments. Since 2023, the Western imperialism, with US imperialism as its leadership, is showing its claims for the Middle East and the hegemony right there even more. Every force that resists US imperialism in the States is to be liquidated. The fall of Assad and the transition to a new Syria is central in these dynamics. Syria is now in alliance with USA and Israel. In this new phase to a new Syria, it is to be decided whose interests will form the future of the country. By the peoples, the Kurds, Alawites, Druze, women and oppressed, or by jihadist gangs and imperialists. The democratic autonomous administration of Northeast Syria is not only a party in Syria anymore, but an institution representing women oppressed and democracy for all of Syria. But also, the role of the Kurds changed in these new developments. Our people were torn apart into 4 countries, seen as less worthy, were banned to speak our language and not recognized. The fight for freedom that took thousands of martyrs put us in a new position. With the preparations of war, we Kurds became partners of the diplomacy, and states like Iran and Syria tried to promise us justice and peace. We are in a new phase, in new times. But we shall never forget, even if USA, Syria and Israel are reaching out their hands to alliance with us, they will never stand with the oppressed. The genocide in Gaza, the attacks on Lebanon, Yemen, and the current threat of Rojava show this as obvious as it gets. Rojava is where we should reach our hands, and it's the revolution that represents us and all peoples of the Middle East. Our people gave everything to fight ISIS, to free Kobani. The more it is our duty to defend it. Today, the Kurds unite from all parts of Kurdistan to defend Rojava. Tomorrow, they will free Rojalat and all parts of Kurdistan, because we will not surrender. Internationalists from all over the world joined the revolution. Protests, blockades, civil disobedience showed that the war in Rojava will not be accepted. And this caravan shows it even more. And shows once more that there won't be silence, there won't be passivity. The Rojava revolution is our revolution, we will defend it, and we will fight until Rojava is liberated.
Thank you very much. We continue with a perspective on ecology.
Hi everyone, it's really good to be here with you all. I come from a small village located at the beginning of a valley in the Western Alps in north of Italy. a valley whose mountains have given refuge for centuries to many people that have struggled for freedom and to live a life of peace and dignity. This is, for example, a valley that has for centuries hosted a community that has struggled to live an ethical spiritual life against the control and exploitation of the church and local feudal lords. He also hosted many young people that during World War II decided to organize together to fight Nazi fascism from the valley and liberate every Italian territory. So this valley has a long memory of resistance and solidarity. And it's for that history, for those mountains, and for the people that now live through the legacy of those struggles, that I decided to leave that village and join the people's caravan directed to Kobani. Because I think when you feel this deep connection with the land and with its history, when you recognize that your own existence depends on that land, that is nurtured by it, defending it at all cost, by any means necessary when it's being threatened, it's a natural response. In an ecosystem when balances are broken or severely damaged, all the living things part of it are affected and will suffer. In an organism, when one cell is hurt, the whole body feels it. This is why the whole society of North and East Syria has risen up and has been mobilizing day and night for the last 20 days to defend the land they belong to from the attacks of HTS, ISIS and the Turkish state. This is why for the last few days, thousands of people have decided to cross the borders that divide Kurdistan to join the people's resistance of Kobani. And this is why a caravan of 100 people from different regions across Europe have been traveling non-stop for the last few days determined to do the same. The attacks on Rojava and on its natural resources are poisoning its rivers and the soil, destroying the ability of farmers to sustain their community and preserve the generational knowledge related to care for the land and benefit from its fruits. Attacking the land is an attack on what can produce and regenerate life. This is why all the women, young people and elders that have been resisting these attacks are an expression of nature that is defending itself. For the last 14 years, a lot of effort and sacrifice has been put to bind together the lives of Arab people, Kurdish people, Armenians, Assyrian peoples, Syriac people, through a system that gets its strength from diversity and doesn't seek to destroy it. A system that opens opportunities for people to express themselves and their will to choose and self-determine their present and future. This existential struggle to build a truly democratic and free union of all people is the direct result of this deep feeling of belonging to the land, to which we're all equally connected and nurtured by. It comes from the sense of responsibility that grows in you when you know that the ecosystem you're part of can be healthy only if all parts of it are healthy. In our valley, we try to live from what the land offers us, through a lot of dedication and collective care, trying to strengthen day by day a communal way of life, to honor our principles and celebrate the lives of all the people that in that very same valley fought for similar values. With this historical responsibility, we will get to Kobani and stand side by side with the people of Rojava until victory.
Thank you. As one last perspective, we want also to raise the topic of anti-femicide works.
Hello, and as my comrades already said, thank you for the warm embrace, for the warm welcome here. And my name is Rika, and I would like to speak for a network against femicides from Germany. And when I decided to join the Caravan, I was asked, why did you go? This is not your fight, this is not your war. But I gotta say, it is my war. It is forced upon us as women everywhere in the world. We can see the pictures, we can see articles coming from Rojava, coming from north and east Syria at the moment every day, and we see oppression, we see the forced use of a burqa again, and we see dead women, we see everywhere the fights, but also the resistance. The attempt of domination comes from a patriarchal system, and also this system is the same everywhere in the world. In Germany, every second day there is a woman killed, mostly by their partners, but in the end, always by men. So we in Germany try to stand together. We were talking to the families of the murdered women. We were talking to neighborhoods in cities, in villages, and we try to reach the people and go organize our struggle together, because it is a struggle together. We are women everywhere in the world, and we are united by the fight against patriarchy. So, especially the current situation in north and east Syria is for us, for me, as a German citizen, really special, because the European Union and the German government are backing this war. They are backing Jolani. And by this, they stand against democracy, women's rights, ecology, and everything that a free life for me would mean. So it raises the question, how can we struggle together? And this caravan is one way, but we are united anyways when we raise our voices. So yes, again, it's our fight together. So all the Kurdish people we met on the way, and everybody said, thank you that you're going, but I can also reply, thank you for this wonderful revolution, for this light of hope. It gives us strength also here in Europe, because as the friend already said, sometimes there's a lot of hopelessness here because the people are not united. So thank you for that, and we will fight with you because we are one.
So I think this round of different perspectives and people who joined the caravan really also showed like what the caravan is standing for, but also why all the different people, the one friend also already said, we are around 100 right now, joined this project, joined that we are going together to Kobani. And yes, we are full of strong will, and also the last days already being on the road. Some of us for already 4 days, some joined a little later from different cities all around. Also showed that together we can already reach our little aims, and so we will also reach our big aim to go to Kobani and the big aim to defend the revolution. I would now invite also press to ask questions if there are.
Can you give us some figures of the mission, how many people you are all together, how many vehicles, and where you are going exactly after Ankia, etc.? Some,
So right now we are around 100, a little less, and we are 16 cars, and we will tomorrow continue our journey to cross the border to Turkey to then go to Kobani. That is the plan so far. And yes, most of the routes started 4 days ago. Some in Germany, one also in France that then went via Italy. And from different cities, all the cities we stopped, people joined. Also on the way, there were people joining and coming with their cars. And yes, so we became more and more over the way.
How are you going to enter North Syria, northeastern Syria, from the Turkish side? Because we know the role, and you mentioned that about the role of Turkish state.
Yes.
So
we know that it will not be easy to cross to Turkey, but also then continue our journey. But we also know that this is the time now to go and to defend the revolution, and we also are prepared to cross the borders. And by this also we join, a friend also already said, all the people from Bakur, from North Kurdistan, but also from Bashur in Iraq, who are right now also questioning the national borders, the nation-state borders, and joining the resistance in Rojava right now. And we also understand the caravan following all of these brave people who are doing it already.
have you been in communication with the Kurdish population in South Turkey to wait for you?
Yes, there's contacts already, and as we have already been in contact with Kurdish community in every place we've been, of course we are also in contact to then meet the Kurdish friends, the Kurdish families, the Kurdish society. I don't know if someone else also wants to add something to these questions. Are there more questions?
I don't know if I can make
Yes.
one more. Okay, let's hopefully all the things is successful and to end the company. Being there, you have to think about plans, stay there, or it's just a symbolic trip and you will return back.
Well, I think this is a question that also every person joining the caravan is and also deciding for themselves how long people are going to stay. We come with the aim to support the people, and this also means standing side by side, and we will then see what it also needs, and we also call everyone to follow up, to follow where the caravan is going, what is needed right now, and we also hope that by going step by step, more people join, more people also then can enter, and from there we will then continue.
You will also have to see by these actions that it's not only what are we going to do when we're in Kobani, but that the way is the goal. We had 3 routes over Europe, traveling to all of Europe. At every stop there was solidarity actions, there was greetings, there were manifestations we did together at all points, like over 10 points, cities over all of Europe. Now going to Greece, later to Turkey, and then to northern Kurdistan. But to see, we are part of the Rojava Solidarity movement. We're bringing Rojava Solidarity in every city we are going, and that we are also raising the voice for Rojava, drawing attention about the situation in Rojava right now. And we also have seen several missions, like the mission of the flotilla, where there was not this discussion what are the people doing in Gaza, but it's to break the siege, to fight against the encirclement of the city of Kobani, and yeah, that the way is the mission too.
Are there more questions?
Okay, just one more.
Yes, one last question.
If you know if other initiatives take place in Europe to organize such caravans, if other groups are going to come and go to Kobani.
So, as I know so far, there from Europe, no plans of like another caravan as such going. But also we don't know if, for example, also tomorrow in Thessaloniki, more people will join our caravan, and this is also yes, one more invite, one call to join us also tomorrow to join the People's Caravan to defend humanity. And yes, we all know that the next days also will be hard days for us, but we gathered already a lot of strength by being together, by doing all of this journey already together, and we are looking yeah, with a lot of strength also I think in the eyes of each other right now, and with this spirit also we continue the next days. And yes, in this we are also as we all pointed out, because I think it is also something that we experienced so much in the last days, that not only we were welcomed with a lot of chai and a lot of warm greetings, but we were also taking part in big demonstrations and actions that are happening right now all around Europe and the world. And I think this is also something that is important to connect also. The caravan is not one action by itself, but we are standing side by side right now in these times all around the world. And with these words, I think we will also stand side by side the next days, and also tonight here in Thessaloniki.
Από πόσες χώρες είναι ο κόσμος που συμμετέχει?
From how many countries are the participants of the caravan?
We have one list prepared. I can already share some of the countries while we are waiting for the number. So we have friends from Scotland, we have friends from Ireland, from Germany, from Italy, from France, from Austria, from Denmark.
Also a friend from Colombia, Catalonia, Luxembourg, Ireland, Scotland. Yeah, I think that's all. Yes.
Serbia.
Serbia, yes, exactly.
Yes. Are there more questions?
Ναι, θα ήθελα να ρωτήσω πώς έχει επηρεάσει το κουρδικό κίνημα, τα κινήματα στις χώρες που βρίσκονται οι άνθρωποι αυτοί.
Συγκεκριμένες
Ναι, ναι. Μερικά παραδείγματα.
How do you believe that the Kurdish freedom movement has influenced the movements of your own countries?
I think I will give this to around this question.
Well, I would say that's not an easy answer, but we heard before it's especially the hope, and also like the resolute resistance. But we can see that in Rojava it's a whole society which is revolutionary and brings the ideas that we all share, like free life, ecology, and basis democracy. So more and more women's movements, you can name it. It's a lot. So it brings it all together in one idea, and it doesn't only stays an idea. It also was done. It is done, and it continues. So that's a big inspiration, and I think our movements in Germany, we draw a lot of strength from this, and I think strength and hope is a big influence.
Yeah, maybe I can just add a little on Germany, because like for the youth, I would also say it's like a big hope, and also it's the Kurdish movement is showing that contradictions are not always something that has to stop us or that has to like make us overthinking. Like when I moved here from Leipzig, like my way was starting in Leipzig to come here to Greece, and there just a few days ago we were showing a movie about the resistance on the Tischrin Dam, and there in this movie, in this documentary, you can really see how the people are going there as a society, and are like building up the resistance with all the contradictions in it, like with all the loss that they had, and with all the happiness and the dances and the culture. And I think like also the culture is a really big thing. Like revolutionary culture is something that a lot of movements in Germany, and like revolutionary movements also don't have that much. It's a lot about maybe like overthinking things, or looking at a big point of theory, and this taking strength out of contradictions and building up a really revolutionary culture and making really feel us this power. I think that's something that the Kurdish movement brought to us in Germany and to youth, I think all over the world, but yeah, I can especially talk for Germany.
I can say that like revolution is not something static. It's something that is alive, and it's something that the people build. And it has been like this historically. Us from Colombia have been learning from a lot of experience, like all the people who went behind, Paulo Freire, the Che Guevara, like all these people inspired us, but like also the Rojava Revolution inspired us. And they come now to teach us why we have to include the women's revolution inside of our revolution, because every revolution should be a women's revolution.
I think for Italy, I guess one of the things that we've learned from the movement, it's a way to see ourselves as connected to a history. So a way to see and read our society. I think something that political movements, I think, have not been able to develop a lot in the last years. So the ability to read the revolutionary potential of our own societies, really understanding and deepening the sociological and historical expression of our own societies. This is definitely like one big opportunity that they've kind of like given to us. But with this also the responsibility of our movements to see the possibility of building a democratic nation, or in general a revolutionary perspective in our own societies. And as the comment was saying, I think from a militant perspective, not seeing ourselves as separate from that history, but building a mentality that makes us feel connected with society, and with the way society through this history has got together, has fought, has resisted, and has sacrificed a lot for communal, democratic, and ethical values.
So, Is there maybe one last question?
Αύριο υπάρχει μια κινητοποίηση στη Θεσσαλονίκη για αλληλεγγύη στον κουρδικό λαό. Θα είναι εκεί πέρα. Ρητορική ερώτηση.
The journalist is asking because tomorrow there is a cold demonstration in Thessaloniki for Rojava and for the support of the Caravan, and he is asking if you are going to be there.
Yes. As we are always continue our journey, we join all the actions that are happening, and also to everyone watching right now or reporting, we also call for everyone who cannot join the caravan to join and go on to the streets of Thessaloniki tomorrow. And I think this is also good words to end tonight. Once again, we thank all of you for coming and welcoming us. And yes, we wish a lot of strength to you, to us, and to all everyone who's standing up right now in the world. And with this, yes, one last time for this day, today I think we can shout together Biji Bekhodama Kobani.
Gracias.